Hello, girls. How are you?
Am I doing great? How about you guys?
Hello, hello, everything is fine here.
That great. It's been a while since we had a hair section.
Same here. I was really seeing the two.
Absolutely. With so much to do at the university, we hardly have any time, even though we're studying online. You know, I think it was a very good decision to choose to study graphic design online. I used to think that studying online was a nightmare and that I would have to spend hours in front of the computer watching classes every day. But that wasn't the case. When I studied online in 11th grade, I have a misconception about virtual learning because I would spend all morning in front of the computer watching classes. It was very boring and exhausting. Therefore, studying online wasn't an option for me in college. I had intended to go to another city to study, but it wasn't possible. It was at the time that Remington launched its online graphic design program, and I hesitated a lot, but I accepted anyway. I don't regret it. It was one of my best decisions. If I hadn't said yes, I would be desperate for in person classes. I wouldn't be able to be with my mom all the time. The trip from Buga to Armenia would have been more complicated, and I wouldn't have the luxury of working from anywhere. I manage my time, and that's what I like most.
But that's interesting. Curious because I was thinking about the same situation. Now that you mention it, that was also a decision that have a big impact on my life. When I finished high school, I loved the idea of going to university and study what it always wanted. I used to think that an in person university experience would be more amazing, but after thinking and analyzing my options between virtual and in person learning, I changed my mind and decided to study remoting via the virtual mode. I was supposed to be more relaxed if I pursued my graphic design degree online, but it's been complicated because where I live since there are main single and power out there in Quibdó. If I had known it have so many problems with power out there where I live, I would have traveled and moved somewhere else before getting the stable job I have now. And I won't have worries of much about university issues.
Same thing happened to me because the life changes decision and what to look about is choosing to study graphic design virtually, even though I originally planned to study in person. Since I was your kid, I used to think about going to university, campus, middle classmates, working together in creative Spain. I was supposed to move to another city and study in person, but seeing the days and working together in created Spain. I was supposed to move to another city and study in person, but seeing the did goes as planned. Due to financial and personal reasons, the design was meant to study on online instead. At first, it was disappointing if I have the resources at that time. I would have shown saying the in-person experience without a doubt. I did that mean to take The virtual all pass, but I knew I could paint a lot gets to start. Now I realize the decision has me grows. I learned how to manage my time, stay motivating, and work independently. On social online project that I did done, would it have been possible if I have studied on campus? If I have waited for the perfect CV version, I might not have started studying at all. So events done, it would say what I expected. I study online has opened new doors and helped me grow as a designer I am person.
I think that's why we have connected so well so far in our studies, since we have faced the same situation. But did you used to think that virtual learning was a nightmare like I did? Or was your understanding correct as to what virtual learning really is?
To be honest, I have an idea of what virtual learning was like since the pandemic because I have family members you have already studied the same way and had told my about the experience.
Was about to say the exact same thing.
And according to what you told us, Emily, what will you have preferred? Study online or in person?
Well, I'm seeing definitely person thing that was my main goal. You, Laura. What could you have uh, done if you had been in my place?
Well, if I had been in your position, I would have analyzed the current situation. We can always wait for the perfect moment because it might not arrive, and we have to take advantage of the opportunities that institutions offer today. Like you, I choose virtuality despite having doubts.
Let me you guys something. How did you use to make important decision before?
I used to turn to my closet friends and my mother. I also thought and thought until I found something that worked for me.
I agreed with that, Laura said. I think that when amazing but option, virtual learning is definitely better because it offers many benefits.
Okay, you allow in you and catch up. I have to go now, but I really hope we can meet up again and make time for another girl hangout.
Yes, we should do this more often and spend more the thing together.
Well, take good care of yourselves.
Say girl, bye.
Bye bye.